Yo ho ho! Every single day, almost every single day, I think about the greatest invention in all of history for controlling huge amounts of people. What am I talking about? Well, it's very obvious. School. And why am I thinking about it almost every day? Since I'm still in school, since I'm still deep inside this system. Obviously, I'm not as deep as like the most people in my school, because I don't know. They have this path that's predetermined, and they have no plan for themselves. Well, I do have a plan, but yeah, I'm still fucking stuck in the school system. So it is what it is. Can't do anything about it. But like, you can't tell me it's not the greatest invention for controlling such a huge amount of people. Like, I talked about it yesterday a little bit with a friend. I was like, "Yo, bro, literally, I almost the same start. Like, school is the greatest system for controlling so many people at once." He's like, "Yeah, for real," and I'm like, "How did it even start?" Now, he's he believes in some unique things, which I don't necessarily believe in. But he said basically, yeah, this. I mean, obviously, school has been around for quite a while now, and according to him, there was this one family, one of the elite families, who created school, and then they also like at first school was only there to train those like to train people how to do a certain job, and then they made it a bit more broader. They added kindergarten and all that shit, and now it's the way it is today. Now, I don't know about this elite family type shit, but what I do know is that it's a crazy system, and the person who invented it is a I don't know, like I believe that the person who invented the school system uh had this idea in mind, like literally, bro, you can't tell me like you kids start going to kindergarten when they're 2 or 3 years old, and they stay in school till they're 18. So for the most important stages of one person's life, they spend 8 hours a day with just basically a stranger that is already an adult and is probably also brainwashed themselves by the fucking whatever, whoever, what my friend would say, elites. And I don't know, you can't tell me this was not done on purpose. Like, come on, come on. It's way too, like, I don't know. Or maybe it's like what I mean, obviously there's the possibility of someone just creating it because like to actually want to be helpful, but then it's turned into this system where most people are literally controlled. But I do think it was done on purpose by who, I don't know. I don't know. But like, I don't know. It can't be a coincidence. This. I mean, obviously, this is no coincidence. Like, obviously, the way the school system is right now is not a coincidence. Like, your whole life is planned for you. Um, I mean, what used to be the case was like, obviously, like you were born in, I don't know, the lower class, and then you were there for all your life, and now there's like a slim chance of you going into, like, there's a, I mean, decent chance of you going into the middle class, but upper class is like not, you won't be part of the upper class through the school system. I mean, if you sacrifice your whole life to be a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, like the highest income paying jobs, like normal jobs, then I guess you can do it. But the upper class, I feel like is not achievable through this normal school system. Like that's how I feel. Because like in the end, for me, to be part of the upper class, I would say it's not necessarily like money, but just, I mean, to some degree, obviously it is, but like I wouldn't say there's like a certain threshold of money you need to have, but more like you have freedom, like you have financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom. If you have these three freedoms, then I would say you're part of the upper class, the lower upper class. I don't know. And then above that, obviously, like, and then it starts to just be all about money, like billionaires and whatnot. But like I don't. I've also talked about this yesterday with my friend. He's like, "Yo, um, like I." He said something like we were talking about cars or something. I was like, "Yo, I don't really need cars. Like, I don't care about the car I drive." Ah, right. We were talking about because a friend of mine recently told me like he gets so happy when he gets to drive a Mercedes, and I'm like, yo, like I don't care what car I drive, but if I get one nice car, if I have the money for it, I guess I get a black Lambo because it looks cool. But that's like, that's the last thing I'll buy with my money if I have really nothing else to do with it. And he's like, no, no, I have it planned out. I need one car for my free time, one for just for fun, one Bugatti. What else? I don't know what. He's like five cars or something. I'm like, bro, what the? Why? I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, he also said he wants to get it like as the last thing he gets with his money. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't get why you would need five different cars. I don't know. I'm not such a materialistic person, I guess. Like what I do want is a nice apartment or a nice house, depending. A nice apartment would be better, I guess. Like at the top of the fucking huge ass skyscraper. That would be kind of fire. Well, not necessarily skyscraper, but just a. I just want to live a bit higher, I guess, than ground level. Cause that's I don't know. That's fire. Cause then like you are above. I okay. This sounds like some weird complex, but I don't know. I just find it first of all cool how, like for example, right now, if I would go onto my balcony, I could look up at night and see the sky, and that's cool. Mm, yeah, that's why either top of the apartment or a house, because when you have a house, obviously you can go into your garden and do the same thing. But I feel like houses, like there's so many more expenses. I don't know. Yeah, but at one point I mean, yeah, if you reach a certain amount of money that you have, obviously a house would be better in a like richer neighborhood. Yeah, but I'm not really. I wouldn't say I'm a materialistic person. Um, I mean, I want to live a low key life. I just want to have a decent apartment or house. But I'm just fine with a decent apartment, like a huge apartment. Um, kind of a house would be cool, I guess. But like, first live in a good apartment, and then after, like when I want to settle down and have kids, like that's when I'll get a house. But before that, I don't need one. Like even then, it's just like I don't need the house for myself. That's what I mean basically. I also don't need the car, like any fancy cars. I don't get it. Watches. I don't know honestly. I I, I don't fully. I mean, like I won't get a. Nah, I actually watches. I don't think I'll get a fancy one too. Like only if I need to, you know. But I feel no desire for that. I don't know, cause like in the like there's so many people nowadays who want to make all this huge amount of money. Like want to buy 1,000 Bugattis. I don't know. Andrew Tate is obviously partly at fault for this, but like I don't need it, you know. I just want to have literally the three freedoms. I give my family all I care, like all freedoms that. Yeah, I just want to give myself and my family freedom, give them everything they ask for, and that's it. I don't need to be a billionaire, you know. I just want to have enough money to do whatever I want. Like, there's also this thing, like, I mean, theoretically, right? You don't need to have much money to do what you want to do. You can just travel around the world, for example, with little money, I guess. But that's a different, like you can't do that if you have a girlfriend or a wife. So it's kind of just possible if you're single. But that also would be a hella fun experience, like just traveling around the world, very poor. And actually, like recently, well, recently, I would say, I don't know, since a few months ago, I have been more like feeling this, like, I want more stories, you know? I just want to live more crazy experiences. Maybe a friend of mine is also partly at fault for this because like he lives this completely degenerate lifestyle. Uh, he's like the you only live once type shit, takes drugs and all that. He doesn't drink at least because alcohol is still a lot worse than most drugs. Actually, it's like alcohol is probably worse than 99% of the drugs, of most drugs, especially if you can't control it. Because I mean, he can somewhat control it because he's not taking every single drug there is. But he takes drugs, so you know he kind of lives the degenerate lifestyle. Um, and he also said like, "Yo, I want to live for the stories," you know. Like he wants to live till 50 or something. Doesn't want to be a grandpa. Like he just wants cool stories and then die early. I guess, or die somewhat early. Oh, what is this? Yeah, but I want stories, but also live to a decent age. It would be kind of hilarious if you're like a grandpa and you're training the next martial arts genius or something. It doesn't have to be martial arts, right? But I don't know. I just find it cool to nurture people, to help people. Yo, that's how it is. Mm. And I don't want to end my life early, like for 50 or something, for no reason. Like I just live till I die, and then I die. You know, it is what it is. Mm. But yeah, anyways, I've been more in this. I want stories. I want to live crazy stories. But at the same time, I'm still like focused on myself. But now I'm like more open to for shit to happen. You know. Um, for example, yesterday at training with my friend, right? He has to learn the splits because like martial arts training and shit. And I was like, yo, like I can teach you how to do splits in a single day. And he's like, what? How are you doing this? I'm like, easy. I just pull your leg and you can do the splits. But you will have to stay at the hospital for a few weeks maybe. Bro, I don't know why they say it. Oh, right, because like I learned splits the easy way, like the way that he's learning it too. But my trainer learned it exactly the way that I just said. Like his trainer told like, yo, like get into the position, like obviously not like this, but like when he was at the beginning, obviously like his legs were like this and then like this, right? He didn't yet touch the ground, and his trainer was just like pulling the leg, bam, and then he was on the ground, right? But obviously all of his legs were like hurt by this, because yo, I mean that's not good at all. Like just pull away the fucking leg, and I don't know. But I thought that it would be hilarious if I had learned it that way. Just because it's a cool story. I would honestly stay in the hospital. I would honestly stay in the hospital for 2 weeks or so if I would have this story for it. I find it worth it. I don't know. It is hilarious. To me, it is hilarious. I don't know. Stories are cool, you know? For example, I don't even know how that happened. But basically, last summer, no, I mean like last year, summer or the year before that, I don't know, 1 or 2 years ago during summer break, my friend and I met up, like another friend. We met up. And I live almost right next to school. It was like 10 p.m., summer, so it was still warm, but like it started to get a bit darker, you know? And we just randomly played table tennis at 10 p.m. at school. But then it was like kind of too dark, because I just predicted where the ball would go based off the sound. I didn't really see it. It worked sometimes, but then we quickly grew bored of it because it was like, yo, you can't even see anything, so why are we playing? And then we saw light in the school building, so we invaded. And it was hilarious. And that's a story, obviously. And it's a cool story, because like, yo, 10 p.m. at school? Who does that? You know? Or another time, I was with another friend. We met up. Well, I drove to him because he doesn't live here in Berlin. And he showed me, like, it was summer break too, or summer break, or the break in autumn. I don't know, it was just a break, and there were like construction, like there was something going on at his school, and he's like, yo, let me show you my school. We walked the whole hill up, because like here's the ground level, and his school is just literally here. I don't know how many meters up in the air, up in the air. I can't talk. What the hell? And we literally walked the whole fucking hill up, low key almost a mountain. I don't know. To look at the school, and then we invaded again, and we sneaked past like workers. That was also funny. And we sneaked out again. No one noticed. That's funny. Also today, someone said, "Yo, I love your hair. It reminds me of Thor's." I'm being called. Yeah, so I gotta go now. But yeah, Thor's hair. Didn't know that. Thanks for the compliment, my guy. See you.